promise, always bringing you the best that St. Johns County has to offer. And today we're going to be unpacking two affordable luxury master plan communities right here in St. Johns County, which is Rivertown and Shearwater. Now, you've heard us talk a lot about Shearwater on this channel. As many of you probably heard me mention, I had the privilege more than exactly 2 years ago to work for one of the builders in Shearwater and got to help so many families make Shearwater home and got to know all the intricate details of Shearwater working in that community. And since then, in the last 2 years, I've had the privilege of helping families make Rivertown home. So we're going to compare the two communities, their amenities, home prices, schools, proximity, everything you need to know to see which of these communities might be a better fit for you, or should we look other places, all right? Because we have a lot of options here in St. Johns County as far as master plan communities. We have over 30 to pick from, so we're gonna narrow it down for you today, comparing Rivertown to Shearwater. All right, stay tuned, guys, for all the details. All right, guys, it is another toasty day right here in St. Johns County during the summer, so I thought maybe we'll come inside but still give you a beautiful summer view to take advantage of as we're unpacking all the details of Rivertown versus Shearwater and which one is a better fit for you, or is either one of them a fit, okay? So let's get into it. Now, when we talk about real estate, we always talk about location first, right? So both communities are located in North St. Johns County near the 210 area. That is one of our major streets that run through our county, basically from, you can say, oh, you can take it ocean to river. It runs directly in front of Shearwater, and it can take you on to Rivertown as well. That's where both of the communities are located. Believe it or not, they're only 5 miles apart. But Rivertown, for some people, and from my clients and people that I've helped relocate to this area, they do feel like Rivertown is a little more tucked away. Now, it is the closest master plan community to the river, whereas Nocatee, for instance, is the closest master plan community towards the beach, right? So they both are anchored on opposite sides of St. Johns County. One is far west and one is far east, okay? Just to kind of give you an idea. Shearwater is closer to Durban Pavilion, where you have, you know, the routine shopping you may need from Walmart to Home Depot, the car wash place, Ross, Marshalls, etc. All the different things that you may need for your everyday life. Shearwater is about 7 miles away versus Rivertown, and maybe 10 to 12 miles. Now, there's more development coming around Rivertown. Of course, you still have a grocery store, you still have the basic essentials, what you need, but you may have to commute, say, 7 to 10 miles to get to the nearest, say, Home Depot and other resources that you may need. So some people, just the fact that you gotta go a little extra 5 or 6 miles more for Rivertown doesn't work for everybody. So that's from what I've heard from my clients. All right.
Let's jump into the main highlight of our master plan communities, the amenities.
Now let's unpack the difference in the amenity centers between Rivertown and Shearwater. I'm currently standing in the main amenity center for Shearwater, where they have a Olympic-sized lap pool. They actually have a gradual entry pool. As you see, they have this huge red water slide. They have a lazy river. They have a fitness center. They actually have an event center that I'm going to walk through with you shortly. They also have, behind this camera, they actually have a grilling station, etc. They actually have a playground over here with a lot of open fields and space for the kids to run. They have tennis courts as well. I will have to say, hands down, Shearwater has the better gym of the two communities. So if you're a gym enthusiast, definitely Shearwater wins with its massive size fitness gym. You're definitely gonna love it, and they actually have courses, etc. So you're gonna actually love Shearwater's gym.
Another great feature of Shearwater is it offers a community garden for you to grow your own fresh vegetables and fruit. It also has over 15 miles of hiking and biking trails. And of course, it has a Big Paw and Little Paw dog park as well. Now let's step inside of its main community amenity center so you can just get a feel for the event space and their snack bar. Stay tuned. Here enjoying the tour of this beautiful amenity center right here in Shearwater, just wanted to point out a few features like this awesome snack bar, great for when you want to just grab a little treat while you're sitting by the pool. They actually have different areas for you to just sit and maybe hang out with friends, maybe host your own meeting. They also have a separate business meeting center to our left here, and towards the back of the amenity center they have an event space where you can reserve to hold your birthday parties, baby showers, whatever events your heart's desire. You can actually reserve this space for your next event. They also have places for you to work from home. So for those that maybe work from home and we just want to get out of the house, this is a great spot for that as well. Now let's take a step outside and look at these beautiful, gorgeous paradise pools. All right, stay tuned, guys. You ready to move yet? Well, hold your horses. We still have to unpack the amenity centers for Rivertown, so stay tuned.
Rivertown has 3 separate amenity centers, where Shearwater has this main entry as far as this main amenity center, and it has a kayak launch with a playground and beautiful trails. But Rivertown has 3 amenity centers that are actually of this size or larger in its community to support its residents. All right, so stay tuned for more, guys.
Now remember, Rivertown has 3 separate amenity centers. We're going to start with touring the River House, which offers a range of different amenities, not only just these oasis style pools that is anchored by the St. Johns River. It actually has a waterfront dining with its own restaurant. It also has its own separate game room here for teens and everyone to enjoy, fire pits, ample theater, playground, direct kayak paddleboarding access to the St. Johns River, and so much more. Now it has a separate amenity center called the River Club, and here is where you have the water slides, gradual entry pools, exercise fitness center, event space, lap pool, tennis courts, soccer, basketball, and so much more. Now there is a 3rd amenity center that is currently being built that will have other amenities that you need, from lazy rivers, everything that you can think of. They have it for you here in Rivertown, and of course with direct access to the beautiful St. Johns River. Though we have so many more details to unpack about these 2 gorgeous master plan communities, I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which community is speaking to you so far. Now, if you love this video so far, please don't forget to show your support by pushing like and subscribe. All right, guys, stay tuned. We're going to unpack more details.
Amenities. All right, that's what we all love, 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 right? So both are golf cart friendly. Both have kayak launch. One just you kayak into a creek in Shearwater, versus Rivertown, you'll kayak into the actual river. Both have playgrounds and plenty of space for kids to roam and have a good time. Both of them have beautiful sprawling landscape. Both have tennis courts. So size. All right, Shearwater for some people is considered a little tight. From some of these are just opinions of my clients that have looked at both communities. Shearwater is 1,500 acres and will be 2,600 homes upon completion. Now, Shearwater does have a combination of townhomes onto larger single-family homes that are over 3,000 square feet, versus Rivertown is 4,000 acres. So Shearwater is 1,500 acres. Rivertown is 4,000 acres. So that's basically Shearwater. You can fit Shearwater in Rivertown 2 times in half. So that's how much bigger Rivertown is. And I will tell you, it does feel a little more spacious than Shearwater, according to some of.
Now that we've covered the amenities, let's go over some of the home options available in these 2 communities.
The homes of both Rivertown and Shearwater, and which one might be a better fit for you based on what you're looking for. Now, Shearwater is the only community where I'm standing right now. Shearwater, out of the 2 communities, Rivertown and Shearwater, is the only one that offers townhomes. So if you're looking for some affordability and still be able to enjoy this luxury amenity lifestyle, Shearwater might be a better fit because they have townhomes starting in the mid 300,000 range that could work for you. And we maybe if we have time, we'll walk through one of them. Another that both Shearwater and Rivertown has is what we call rear entry homes, or you can kind of call them cottage style homes, which are featured here on this nice pond. So these are homes where the garage is in the back of the home. It basically gives you that beautiful front porch living where you can sit outside, enjoy the front porch, and you have a really small yard that's really great for those that don't maybe like the upkeep of a yard. These homes are really ideal. Now in Shearwater, these start around the mid 400,000s. I've seen some price around 445, 446. David Weekley has a few of them. And in Mattamy Homes, they don't have as many rear entry homes as far as remaining, but they do have some starting in the mid to low 400,000s for these style homes. Now, both communities will have, as far as large single family homes, as well as mid-sized single family homes, and we're gonna show you kind of a driving tour of those as well. Now, the single family homes typically in both Rivertown and Shearwater are gonna start in Shearwater, you're going to be looking at, for the single family homes, that you have a slightly bigger yard with maybe 10 to 14 feet between you and your neighbor. They're going to be starting around, in Shearwater, around 480. In Rivertown, you can get, and that's 480 for like 17 to 1800 square feet. Okay, that's not a large house. In Rivertown, however, you can get a home for like 1,300 square feet starting in the low 415. That's as of now, as of summer 2023. And you can get like 1,600 square feet for the high 400,000s. Now they have homes that go up to 3,000 and 4,000 square feet with some of their other builders that we're gonna unpack. Okay, stay tuned, guys.
So many more great details to compare these two gorgeous master plan communities. So you want to be sure that you stay tuned to the very end. Now, one distinct thing that does set these communities apart is that Rivertown actually has an active 55 and up section inside of its community that is gated, that offers a slew of amenities and a great active, bustling lifestyle. So if you're 55 and active or has a parent that's 55 and active, this could be a great option for you right here in Rivertown. All right, stay tuned, guys, as we unpack the builders in both of these communities. Now, as we take a drive through Rivertown, let me unpack with you some of the builder options available. Now, there's new construction as well as existing homes available in Rivertown. The builders that have built in Rivertown are Mattamy Homes, which is a developer of Rivertown, as well as Mastercraft, Tidewater, as well as Toll Brothers. Now, stay tuned as we unpack the builders for Shearwater. Now let's go ahead and take a driving tour of Shearwater. Now remember, in Shearwater, you have the options of existing homes as well as new construction. There were about 5 builders that have built homes here in Shearwater, starting with Mastercraft, David Weekley, Richmond Home America, Lennar, Dream Finders, as well as David Weekley. So you have a range of options. Now, each of these builders have a different approach to building and a different local reputation. So you want to be sure to give me a call if you want to make sure you're making a wise decision on which builder might be the best fit for your family and for your budget. All right, we're unpacking more.
I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself, especially if you're new to this channel. Welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Kashira Francis, aka Francis. I am a licensed real estate professional, licensed throughout the state of Florida, but specializing in the areas of both Northeast Florida and Central Florida. I am here to be a resource and a guide to you, to give you the insider tips on how to buy a home, sell your home, how to invest in this area, and just enjoy this Florida lifestyle. I've been here for over 20 years, born in the Sunshine State, grew up in Orlando, and actually been here in Northeast Florida, Jacksonville, St. Johns County area for over 20 years. So don't hesitate to reach out. I want to make sure that you have all the information you need to make an informed buying decision, especially if you're in the market to buy a home within the next 3 months. You want to be sure to give me a call. I'm here to help.
Now let's jump into one important detail, which are the schools assigned to these master plan communities.
Now, schools. Now, great news is both communities will be getting their own K through 8 school. Yes, so both communities have already gotten slated and budget passed for both of them to get their own K through 8 school inside of the school. So yes, your kids can walk to school, golf cart, you can drop them off. That's really the great conveniences of being a master plan community. Everything is right there at your fingertips, including school, play, work, life, live. Everything is inside of your community, self-contained, right? So currently, though, the schools are being in process of being built. It may take another year to 2 years and a half for those to be completed. 2 years, all right? But right now, currently, Shearwater is zoned for Timberland Creek, Switzerland Point, and Beachside High School. I've actually done a video to help explain how do you determine the grade of a school. Guys, do not use Zillow and Realtor.com and all that stuff. They're real estate websites. They're not educational-based websites that properly track the performance of actual educational institutions. So please use the Board of Education website. I have a video that'll walk you through how to determine that and what website to go to for that information. I'm a former local teacher here, so I'll give you the inside scoop if that's something you need, okay? All right, so as far as the schools currently zoned for Rivertown is the K through 8 Freedom Crossing and Bartram Trail High School. Do you think Rivertown or Shearwater would be a better fit for you and your family? Now remember, we have a slew of master plan communities from Palencia to King and the Bear to Marabella to Bannon Lakes to Beacon Lake to Beach Walk. Oh my gosh, I can go on for miles and hours at a time of how many of our communities that have great amenities, great lifestyle. But it's a matter of picking the right community and pairing you up with the right community and the right home for you. And I am here to walk you through the process. My name is again Kashira Francis. I am your Florida real estate agent and your relocation specialist and what I call a home matchmaker to match you up with the right home. Because I've had experience working for builders and living in this area for over 20 years, I'm able to get you paired up quickly in the right community and the right home for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out. We have a lot of resources on this channel. If you're still in that mode where you're kind of just doing your research, you want to be sure you click on that video tab at the top. It'll pull up all our videos, and that way you can just start digging in and doing a little bit more research and getting all the information you need to make an informed decision. If you're in the market for a home, don't hesitate to reach out. You don't have to do all the heavy lifting. I've already done that for you. Give me a call, a text. I look forward to hearing from you. And guys, be sure to push like and stay tuned for the next video.